friends, this is Susan Smith with Stamp Creatively, and I have some paper pumpkin alternatives for you. I did something a little different this month. I started a new subscription because it's been a while since I got mine and I kind of wanted to see what Stampin' Up! Did. So they send you this cute little welcome. I got my clear block, and I just wanted to show you that just in case you're a first-time Paper Pumpkin subscriber. That's what you get in your first kit. They sent, it was a bonus kit, so we got some stencils to go with it, and a little bit of instructions about your stencils. You also, with your stencils, got a sponge, and I have already cut mine just a little bit, so I could use this part, and I'll show you what I did with it. So let me show you some of my alternatives. So the first one I did was when you get your kit, you get all these patterns, and Stampin' Up! Gives you some great instructions. One of the things I love is when they give me envelope liners, because I feel like that is just extra designer series paper just for me. So there's that, and then this is what I did with it. So this was one of the card bases. I wanted mine to look a little bit different. So I cut up one of these envelope liners. I cut it 4 by 5 1/4. Then the other thing that they gave us are these fun little like punch outs. So I took the punch outs and punched out the 4 row of trees. And then when I punched it out, I ended up with, this is the reverse image. So that's what was left after I punched those out. So I mounted it behind my designer series paper. I'm going to adhere it to my card here. So I adhered it straight to the front of my card. I have the cute little row of trees that I punched out. I added the linen thread that they gave me. And there you go. Cute little happy birthday that comes with it. And there it is. And I'll take pictures and you'll be able to see these at the beginning. And one of the things I did do was I love to take our mist bottles and I put alcohol in it. And then I put a couple of drops of my shimmer white paint. And I put that in there. And then I missed things with it. So I did that over the front of this card, and that's why you may be able to see a little bit of shimmer. Okay, that's card 1, and here's the envelope. I took the extra of the paper that they sent and I put it on the outside of the envelope. I also stamped some pretty trees. The color of ink that they give you is Cameo Coral, and I do have those trees stamped in the background right there. Okay, the second card I did was I took this sheet that they gave us that's already stamped on, and I wanted to use this envelope liner. So I cut it apart and I put a strip down the side of this pretty peacock card base, and then I added some of the pretty birds. They give you these, it comes with these die cuts that are already done of some old olive pieces, which is what I stamped the congratulations on, and then the little black background of clouds, and then of course the linen thread. So let me add this to the front of the card real quick so you can see card number 2. Fold it in half with my trusty bone folder, and there's card number 2. Okay, here's card number 3. So I took that card base again and I wanted to kind of sponge on it. So I took my Calypso Coral in one of the fun templates they gave us, and I just sponged around the outside of it. I did a little darker on the outside and kind of moved towards the inside. So it was a simple sponge. And then I added another piece of that cut paper. I added some of my fun clouds to go right over the top of that. And then I have these words, "Here's to you." And I'm going to slide them right under here. That's card number 3. Oh, and I can move the linen thread if I need to. So that's number 3. And again, I sponged with that stencil. And I took a little bit of sponging around the bottom. I did sponge the edges of the "Here's to you." I'm a big fan of taking the white words and sponging them. It just takes that, it makes it look not so stark. If you want stark, dude, go for it. The other thing I do is some of these pop-outs, when you pop them out, I feel like they have kind of a white edge. So if I don't want to sponge them, I'll just drag my spot down the edge, and it just darkens that edge just a little bit. Okay, so this is card number 4. The dimensional backs, those things grow. If you've never noticed that, they grow. So I took, again, here's another little strip. As you can see, I took my mist bottle and the stencil that is the stars. I held it right over the top and misted stars. Then I took the flowers that come in the stamp set, this pretty little row of flowers that's all stuck together, and stamped them in the cameo coral across it. And then I added this so I didn't have floating flowers. This was a little strip that I had just cut off. Then I still have this piece left over, and I still have a lot of these. They go a long way. I still have 3 more of this and 3 more of the other one. And you've seen how much of it I've used. So on the envelope, you can just take your Seal Plus and lay this right back here. And so you have a pretty envelope flap that you've decorated with your leftover paper. Pull that down. And then I stamped the pretty flowers on the front. Obviously I didn't measure that right. I'll have to trim that off a little bit. Okay, so then what I did to the rest of the front of this was on my Designer Series paper, it was on here and it was just a little starker than what I liked. So I, in between these images, I cut out this color. So I cut the color out in between the images. So I ended up with these little strips of, this has a little coral on the side, but so I used it and just put it down the side of this that I cut out. So you can see it's just a little bit on the side. And so I'm going to attach this to the front. And before I do, I'm a huge linen thread fan. I like it to wrap around a couple of times. And it ties so easily, even for those of you who are bow challenged. There's a cute little tie. Here's my words. All the best for a happy, healthy, and prosperous year. One of the stamps in here is tiny little birds. I'm going to add my tiny little birds right there to the edge. Isn't that adorable? And then I have my embellishments I can always add too. So you have 4 alternative cards with the kit that Stampin' Up sent, Paper Pumpkin from March of 2021. You have some fun envelopes and 4 new cards. Okay, friends, thanks for joining me. I'll take a picture, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Have a good one. Bye.